Last orders at the bar!
A night in with Mauler and the drinker, getting trashed with the web screen dinkers. A cheap night cause I'm feeling kinda thrifty, got a 10-pack of beers and a bottle of whiskey. Hop off the cork, have a glass of wine. I'll say, I'll be fine. Trouble walking in a straight line, but pour me a Pinot Noir. It's open bar with our hosts, Mauler and the critical drinker.
Well, hello there, dear viewers. Are you
Howdy.
ready to have a night in with Mauler and the Drinker?
Apparently so. The night's closing. We got to pick up them beers that are left over.
It's starting to feel that way, isn't it? You know, we're getting towards spooky season, and it's the days are getting shorter, the weather's getting colder.
Oh, I love it.
They're getting darker.
Halloween is nearly here. The whole month of Halloween.
You're like, finally, the season of Mauler.
Pretty much, yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Are we got any good horror films that are expected this month? I feel like all the horror films have come out already, you know?
Well, we were just talking about the Conjuring last rites just before we started recording this, and yeah, I've seen it, and yeah, it's
Sounds
not
great.
amazing. What's that?
Sounds great.
Yeah. Well, as I was saying to you, it's very long for what it is, and it takes way too long to get to the spooky stuff, and it's almost more like a family drama with a few ghosty bits mixed in with it. I still very much like the main characters. I like Patrick Wilson as an actor. He's always just charming to see on screen.
Mm-hmm. Vera Farmiga entering her grandma phase.
A little bit, yeah. It's kind of looking like that now. So yeah, I'm kind of not entirely sure why it's done so well, but the Conjuring franchise has just got a lot of fans. I think it's built up so much goodwill at this point.
I'm somewhat amused by them calling it Last Rites, being like, this is the end of the story, the case that ended their careers or whatever. Just like, are you sure, considering how well it's doing? Maybe there was another one. It would be so funny if 2 years from now they're like, the case no one knew about.
Yeah. There's the potential for passing the torch on to the next generation if they wanted to go that way.
Yeah.
No, they're always going to do stuff like, let's get some actors in that are younger and hotter and cheaper, so we could do the next movie. Because we were talking about this on Open Bar the other night. These movies are like really fucking cheap to make. They're like 20 million a pop, but they make like 200-300 million easily. That's a pretty goddamn good return on investment right there, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we had our best horror movie of the year with Weapons. To be honest,
I'm inclined to agree.
Yeah, I mean, Avatar is going to be horrific in other ways, but that was probably the spookiest one that we're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to get any more Mike Flanagan stuff, are we?
He's working on the Carrie show, but obviously that won't be until next year, presumably. But you got Life of Chuck. Have you seen that yet?
No, I haven't. No.
Be curious for your thoughts on that one. I quite liked it.
So that's Flanagan, yeah, but it's not a horror.
Yep. Written and directed. There's a couple of spooky elements, but it's less horror than anything you've seen from him, I'd say.
Actually, what am I talking about? We've got Shelby Oaks coming out, Mauler.
Ooh.
Best movie of the year, guaranteed. Drinker
Is that going to be in
recommends.
your theater?
I have no idea, but I'm sure there's ways to find it.
Well, Fringy said when he went to see, I think, Weapons, he saw a trailer for Shelby Oaks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm guessing it's got that kind of a release.
Yeah.
I will be enjoying it in my home cinema with my physical copy whenever it arrives. I will let you know when I get it.
See, I could come down and watch it with you. We'd cuddle up on the couch. It would be lovely.
Aww.
Anyway, we've done enough pointless banter here. What do you say we answer some super chats from the Open Bar the other night? What do you reckon?
Yes, sir.
All right. So Matthew Dens says, for Mauler mostly and panel. So mostly you, but also me, I can answer this one as well.
All right, yeah.
What Hot Toys figures do you have, and what led you to choosing those specific ones? I know that you've mentioned the T-1000. Is that just like a pool of liquid metal?
Listen, Sideshow or Hot Toys or whatever the hell it is, they take a while, all right? So when I would have told people I was getting those fucking 10 years ago, I would hopefully to have expected to be able to say like, yes, I have them, but I still don't. What's funny is I'm pretty sure I got an email about the T1000 yesterday. Like I think it's coming.
Oh,
But first
right.
of all, my major one that I love is my Iron Man. I think I'm not sure which mark it is exactly because I can't remember what it is in the film. But if you remember the sequence in Far From Home where he's seeing Iron Man like crawl out of a grave.
Yes. Well, zombie
I've,
Iron Man.
pretty much, yeah. I've got that one, and he looks fucking great. And he is the reason I picked that one because I love the suit, but I also love the like extreme battle damage, decay, sort of skull inside him. And to me, it represents my investment in Marvel, both past and future. It's like this decrepit old but once was fucking awesome thing, and then it's a cool statue to have, like, and by the way, perfect for Halloween too. But yes, I've got that. I've got a Kratos statue from the special edition, I think 2018 release of the game, and then you get, if you've got the Ragnarok one, which I did as well, you get the Mjolnir. Those are very fucking cool. I've
Very
got
nice.
a marker from Dead Space that all of my I think I've showed you the picture of this before, right? All the plushies are worshipping.
Yeah, you have, yeah.
And I have 2 drinkers and 2 smokies, I think. Like 2 different, so there's 4 of you guys are worshipping it. I hope you don't become necromorphs, but hey, can't
The
stop it if it
doggos
happens.
worship no one, okay?
They're certainly looking at it. I'm just saying. But yeah, so that's all the stuff I have in my room with me. But I want to put like some in like my room where I watch movies, and one of them is the T1000. He just looks cool as fuck. And then I think the T800 is one, and I've ordered Alien as well. It's just a good looking statue. So those are as soon as those arrive someday, I might consider getting some more. But I cannot compare to the power of Az and Gary.
No. I mean, Az is the reason I have my collection, because he actually got me 2 of them. He gave me Iron Man. It's the suit that he wears in Iron Man 2. So again, like it was the very first one of its kind that I'd ever gotten, and I was like, "Holy shit, this thing's incredible!" Like with all the the accessories that come with it, and
It's
you
with the
swap out.
triangle sort of
Yes,
palladium upgrade, I think.
yeah.
Right?
And it's just the fact that you put batteries in it and it'll light up his eyes and his arc reactor and stuff. It's so
Hell
fucking
yeah.
good. And so that got me started. So I think I then got the what was it? What was the next one I got? Oh yeah, I got the Ben Affleck Batman from Justice League in the tactical suit.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, not an amazing movie, but the actual outfit is so fucking cool looking. I know you can't see it from here, but it's like it's in the display case there behind it. It's just like slightly behind the on-air sign. So I got that. Then Az gave me Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil 2. So that's like down there at the bottom. This whole thing's become like my Resident Evil shelf. And so
yeah, I was gonna say that is that from the movie, the double helix thing?
I don't know. It was a fan who gave me that. They sent that to my PO box. They sent it with a whole bunch of things actually, like the umbrella key card. There's like a Resident Evil sign that's behind the Chris Redfield at the top there, and a couple of other things. Like they just went all out with that one. It's fucking cool. I think
you remember in the Resident Evil 1 movie where he tosses the thing. It looks just like that. Yeah.
I've got 2 double helixes actually. One is the big one there on the second shelf, and there's another one you probably can't see, but it's like up on the top shelf. And I bought that at a convention, and it's all custom made. It's all glass and metal, so it's like proper like weight behind it, and it just looks gorgeous. You can actually put a light underneath it, and it'll shine up through it, and it looks great.
Oh, cool. So I guess that's a single helix, so I don't even know what that's called necessarily.
No, it is a double. There's 2. There's 2
okay, fair
strands that interweave. You just probably can't see it very well because it's like, I'm a small window right now. Yeah, the Jill Valentine in the middle. It's not a Hot Toys one, but it's like the same sort of size as it, and it's like it's not a posable statue, but I can't remember. I think I ordered that from Etsy or something. But yeah, it comes on a nice base, and then the Chris Redfield at the top is from the very first Resident Evil game, and that's actually from the actor who played Chris Redfield in the game for like the live action section. He's got his own online shop.
Cool.
and they sell them there. And it's like you can't get that anywhere else. Like there's no like Chris Redfield from Resident Evil 1 apart from through that online shop. I think it's like Charlie Kraslavsky. But yeah, anyway, I got that sent to me. And I also have a T800 from Terminator 2. So in like the biker leathers and stuff, and he's got like the Remington shotgun and stuff. He just looks fucking brilliant.
What's your preference for battle damage? I always just I don't know why I almost prefer battle damage for all these versions of things.
I don't. Interestingly, I kind of like them in peak condition, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Before they're all fucked up, because I can swap out a bunch of stuff. So like the head will have like some of the skin will be ripped off and stuff down one side. And I tend not to do it.
Yeah, if I had a choice between Arnie when he first gets on the bike or Arnie when he's like just post, in the when all the guys shoot their pistols at him, basically, in the building, I'd probably pick the one that gets like some of his skin has come off. It just, I don't know. I guess I like seeing the endoskeleton,
Yeah. But yeah, talking about it here, it just made me realize I actually have like a decent number of figures. And that's not even including the Captain America at the bottom and Aerith from Final Fantasy VII. They're just like I think it's Play Arts that produced them. So again, different company. So the scale is slightly different, but again, just really nice figures. So, but yeah, that's why I've got that whole display case there. Is just to house all that. Oh, and I don't know. You might just be able to see the power armor from Fallout right in the background there, above Lara.
Yep.
So it's between the two PlayStations and the display case. That is fucking brilliant. It looks so good, but it won't fit into these cases here. It's too tall to fit in there, so I had to put it somewhere else. But it makes me smile every time I see it. Anyway, that's we spent about 10 minutes just talking about our collectibles. Fucking geeks.
I need more, honestly.
Yeah. The Imperial Brick says, I haven't watched Stranger Things 4 because I lost interest after the long ass wait. Yeah, I don't blame you one bit.
Oh, I actually wasn't going to watch it at all. It was Gary who said you should. And then I was just like, dude, I'm good. And he was like, no, seriously, you should. And it was even the first episode with Eddie and stuff. I was like, this is way more interesting than season 2 and 1. Season 2 and 3.
Definitely.
And
Eddie's went on to have quite a career already, hasn't he? He's just fucking popping up in everything.
He really did, yeah.
Don't blame him. Jimber Jamber says, kids these days won't ever know the pain of waiting for a movie or show to get a home release. There's too much stuff now. Well, I mean, the theatrical window is pretty short now, and like the gap between that and going on to home media and streaming, it's a few weeks. It's nothing now. Yeah, you used to have to wait a year or so when I was a kid before you would see it on like home media. It was crazy because all the territories were staggered because there was no internet, so there was no piracy really.
Crazy days.
The snazzy comment says, "Please use this money to buy some Cadbury's fingers," and I will whisper, "No." Maybe I will actually. But thanks for the donation, mate. Big T says, last couple of seasons of Sopranos took 2 years to come back on, but they were able to work around that in the season's story. Didn't know that, actually.
Well, I mean, Game of Thrones had a 2-year gap, I want to say, between, was it the last season and the prior one? I think, and you can get away with a longer gap, I think, when you're that fucking popular.
Sure, and I think the insane amount of production that had to go into Game of Thrones is over and above anything that was done. Pretty much on anything else, so I can sort of understand it. What was the next one? Marines says, "Hey Az, what shelves did you get for your figures?" Do you know that? What shelves does he use?
I've heard him say it before, but I can't remember it. You're gonna have to ask him on that one.
I did ask Gary because it's like looking at your room stresses me out with all the shit you've got like nailed to the walls and stuff behind you. Like, can you get display cases for it? Like, if nothing else,
it would save him a lot of dusting time.
I was going to say, if nothing else, it'll save you having to dust all that stuff. And he's like, yeah, but do you have any idea how much it would cost to get display cases for all this? Like, it would be
I feel ridiculous. Like he can afford it.
He spent all the money on the figures already, man.
You should just at this point seal it. You know, like a wall's worth of glass. Just put it across in front of like each layer or whatever. Just do that
It
at this
probably would
point.
be worth it. Yeah. Mega Spidey says, "You didn't read my super last week." Oh no, I did. Surely I did. So here it is. Favorite Jor-El and Lara, and why them? I'm sure we've answered that question before, because we probably would have answered, I don't know, Marlon Brando.
Probably, yeah. But you know,
he says 78, Smallville, Man of Steel for me. Favorite Krypton, and why that? I mean, again, I'd probably refer to the 78 movie. I don't really need to see a lot of Krypton. Like, I think it's just enough to get glimpses of it. I don't really want to know too much about the planet because it's meant to be kind of mysterious, isn't it?
the Man of Steel one was a bit much for me.
Yeah, and I feel like that movie just could not figure out what the fuck like they wanted to happen. It's like the planet's blowing up, but Zod is also staging a fucking insurrection for some apparent reason, and it's too much all happening at the same time. Let me just do the member chats as well here. John Platt says, Hail Drinker, Ryan Asmauler. I am reading through Marvel Secret Wars and would love to see Tom Holland as Spidey helping Cap and Co. fight Doctor Doom and villains.
You might get that. Yeah. I'm not going to say it'll be good, though.
Dutch Gradient says, I missed episode 6 of 24 season 1, and it was about 4 or 5 episodes before someone finally said in show what had happened. That sucked, but it was my fault. Well, you know, you learned a valuable lesson that day. Don't miss episodes of 24. Trickster King says, Mueller keeps increasing the runtime of his new video. At this point, it wouldn't surprise me if it becomes a 24-hour video. It's not far.
I wouldn't want to set expectations like that, but, you know, it may be coming to a close, the discovering how long it actually is. Who knows? Who can say?
B. Buster says, 1957, I was born. Well, the world has never been the same since then. So, well done, man. Ryan Crawford says, the attack on entertainment is just a fraction of the agenda. They want us to go full civil war. Let's not have that happen. As angry as I am, they win otherwise. R.I.P. to Charlie. I agree 100%. Yeah. Violence is never, ever the answer in situations like this. So, yeah. Defeat your enemies with words and arguments. The Imperial Brick says, all these streaming shows now are just extended movies with tons of pointless scenes added. There's no word of a lie there either. That's kind of what it feels like. Captain Bucky O'Hare says, question for the panel. Is there a video you've released that you look back on and wish you'd approached differently? If so, what would you change? That's a good question, actually. What do you reckon, Mueller? So
a video we've made that if we could go back and change something, what would it be? Is that what the question is?
Yes.
Yeah, which would I pick? Because technically that applies to all of them. Like, for example, you know, I don't want to rewatch my TLJ sort of series because all of them, the visuals are just so much more slapdash, and you know, I way prefer the way I do things now. But
ironically, they're probably your biggest viewed videos of all time, I would imagine.
I think so. I haven't actually checked what my biggest viewed thing is. Let me have a look. Actually, I'm curious. But yeah, you know, as with everything, obviously, like, I would prefer maybe all the videos have broader points, maybe made sure to be nailed, as opposed to making sure I hit all of the trees and not as big of a forest at the end. I always like to try and bring it home as like making a major point about something. But I'm trying to think if there's like maybe a major mistake I've always felt that existed. Maybe, you know, like certain projects. I mean, this isn't quite answering the question in the way that I assume they wanted to, but you know, like projects I've really gotten far in and then never completed. I've got a couple of those that I really hate that I didn't manage to get done.
Well, you could always do them, though. It's better to have not done them yet than have done them fucking terrible and then you regret them forever.
Well, sure, but also is it not better to have done them with a couple of mistakes than not do them at all?
Yeah, but you will do them, Mauler. I'll make sure you do them.
Oh, so my most viewed video is Force Awakens Part 3.
Really?
Which, funnily enough, is typically what I pick as my best video. Some of my favorite edits are in there, as well as the points.
What's it sitting at the moment?
10 million.
Holy shit. That is not bad. Not bad at
Well,
all.
it's demonetized like outright because one song got copyrighted and I couldn't fight it.
Did you appeal it?
Yeah.
What? And they still upheld it after that?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
A lot of my videos are demonetized. Kind of sucks, but at the same time, I'm really happy with them. So it's like, whatever. I'll just keep going.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks when it happens. Like I was guilty of this for a long time of not policing them properly, and I was talking to you about this. I had about 60 or 70 of my videos that were demonetized, or they were the money was going to like the claimant for a copyright claim. But I just sat down one day and I was like, right, fuck it. I'm going to devote an entire day to just patiently filling out the appeals process for every single one of them. And it did. And like pretty much every single one has been released now. But it took an entire day to do it all because like the process is, pretty detailed. But yeah, it was worth it because it's like, fuck those guys. Like, you're not getting my money. Like, if I earned it and I made that video, it's like, it's mine. You're not going to claim it back. Yeah, as for me, there's probably two. I think one would be Glass Onion. I wish I'd gone into even more detail about why that movie's fucking retarded. I made the point even more clearly for the people who totally didn't pick up on it, that you can 100% have a movie about stupid people and the solution being super obvious, but the movie shouldn't be stupid. The characters can be stupid. The movie should not. And the movie should not assume the audience is. And that's where Glass Onion 100% fell down on that one. The other one I would probably redo now if I had the opportunity would be the review of Barbie. I would have liked to have talked more about what I thought the movie was really going for thematically. In terms of like, the critique of prescriptive systems, whether it's feminism, whether it's patriarchy or whatever, and how like it's trying to make the point that all of those things are equally harmful, but like it does it entirely from one perspective, and it's so weird. It's it's so absurdly skewed in one direction that it ignores half of it essentially, or it just downplays it. So I would have tried to make that more obvious in my review, but hey ho. A lot of the times when you're doing this with a movie that's just come out and it's very new, you're trying to get your reviews done as quickly as possible, and you don't always get all the nuances in. So those are my regrets. Anyway, I have to live with them. I'm going to take them to my grave, Mauler. Oh, hope people know that about me. Never mind. What's the next one? Big T says MBB. What is MBB again?
MBB. My bad? No. I don't
know. Anyway, it says MBB can be Stifler's mom in an American Pie reboot. What the fuck would that be? Why are we not getting this?
It's just an actress, I'm guessing, yeah? But MBB.
Oh, wait, yeah, Millie Bobby Brown.
Ah, that's it.
Fucking good guess, man. I would not have got that. Stephen Williams says, why don't... Oh, no, we had that question, actually. Doge says, correction from last week. The film is called Lesbian Space Princess. My point stands, though. It represents everything wrong about Western animation. I need to look this up. Hold on. I feel like if I put this into image search, it's going to bring up something that I'm not looking for yet. Right. Lesbian Space Princess. What the fuck? All right, okay. What does it say here? Yeah, an anxious and introverted space princess, Syra, who has thus far led a sheltered life, launches into a galactic quest to save her ex-girlfriend Kiki, a bounty hunter, from the straight white Malians. A runaway gay pop idol named Willow joins her as she encounters dangerous maniacs wielding blades, glom goo, and other hazards, as well as the scariest thing of all, her own self-doubt. This can't be real. This can't be a real thing.
Sounds great.
I mean, it looks like a kids' animated show. Like, I guess it's not for children, but yeah, it had its premiere at the Berlin International Film Festival in February of this year, and it won the Teddy Award for something. I don't know. Yeah, look at this, right? You know how we were talking about like people who make movies like this, they can literally only see themselves and they have to project themselves into anything.
Yeah.
Themes. The story, inspired by the filmmakers' own lives, includes themes that relate to LGBTQ plus IA hashtag $, and themes include the importance of self-worth and self-love, feeling free to take up space, and being comfortable with your own company.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yes.
Imagine my shock that that's what they chose to make it about. You can't make this up, man.
It's just so funny that you were like, "This can't be real." I'm immediately like, "Oh, it's got to be real."
It's that creeping realization, like, oh my god, it is real. Patrick Mulligan, now that you've done your Kingdom Heart, what's that? KDH? Oh Christ, what is it now?
KDH.
Oh,
that could be Kingdom Hearts, right?
No, K-pop Demon Hunters.
Oh yeah.
How about a discussion video on the songs and their lyrics? What is your ranking for the songs, Drinker? Well, I'm glad you asked that because my rankings are I don't give a fuck. Like,
oh no,
I've kind of forgotten them already. Yeah, I remember like the songs were pretty catchy at the time, and they're like, yeah, okay. Like if I was a 14-year-old girl, I'd probably love this shit. So I can definitely see the appeal of it, but it's not like I can delve into the meaning and deeper themes of the songs. Really, I don't care that much. Big Hat Legion says these movies are too depressing. Let's post our favorite Mauler quotes. I'll go first. I think we've had this one already, but I'm going to do it again. The hardest part about kissing a perfect 10 is how cold the mirror feels on your lips. I hope that Mauler quotes just becomes like a fucking meme of Open Bar.
One day, one of them will be my quote. And I will be like, yay.
Maester Marwin. The most baffling thing about Justice League was skipping so many movies and revenue to get to the end. They did it again with Superman, Fantastic Four, and now Doomsday. Don't they want more money? Again, I think I might have answered that on the night, but yeah, they're in a rush to make more money, and that's why they make crap movies that skip a whole bunch of setup to get to those big crowd-pleasing payoffs. So, yeah, that's their problem, I guess.
I know it triggers the hell out of Az thinking about it. Like all the stories they skipped over.
Yeah. Jonathan Lampkin says, all the fellowship members overseas should look into buying property in Mississippi, the cheapest, and I live here, before shit hits the fan. What shit is going to hit what fan and where? Should I avoid it? Yeah, one day I'm going to buy like a cabin in the woods in Montana or something and just live there. I'm going to sit on the porch with a shotgun, just hoping that no one shows up.
Living the dream.
Yeah. Avarith says, was a massive mistake to announce RDJ as Doom 2 years before the movie comes out. All the hype has died. Notice especially with normie friends. Yeah, I think we talked about that as well, actually.
Yeah, mentioned that I'm pretty sure their hand was forced because it was coming out anyway. Someone like was on the verge of revealing it, so they had to get ahead.
Yeah,
but you
know, Default the Critic. It's amazing how fast Marvel collapsed. It really needs to be studied. That's the thing. I don't think it happened particularly fast.
I was going to say, was that a few years? Yeah. So it was slow motion.
Yeah, sorry, I might have glitched out there for a second or so. Can you still hear me okay?
Yes.
Oh, thank God. Yeah. It's like, I don't know. How do you stop like a super tanker that's traveling at full speed? Like it takes a lot of impacts to stop the thing, and that's kind of what you saw with Marvel. It's like tragic in a way, like just this amazing IP that they just slowly torpedoed.
Yeah.
Social Morlock. Chris Evans' best roles: The Losers and Scott Pilgrim. I love how that's just a fucking cameo in Scott Pilgrim. Best Chris Evans role ever.
Yeah.
Eatman says, better. Fantastic Four hope they can stop Galactus with a failed Noah Ark plan. Earth panics, tries to seize Franklin. Forced to fight and abandon Earth. Fantastic Four flee the universe, vowing to make amends in the next movie. Do you think that's what happened, Mauler?
Is that a suggestion for a sequel, or...?
I think that's maybe the explanation for why the Fantastic Four show up in Thunderbolts.
Yeah, maybe. Assuming anyone cares to explain anything in that movie. We'll see.
Yeah, that's a big if. Spooky Maze says, I know this wasn't sold the stream about Passion of the Christ 2, but I'm pretty sure the movie will be about the apostles and the events in the book of Acts. Well, there you go.
All right.
It's just so strange to make this so long after the first one. The rest of us says, "Hey panel, taking my mum to watch her favorite movie get re-released in cinema before its 30th anniversary. I've never seen it before. Any thoughts on the movie Heat?" Yes, I
Yeah,
think we both really like Heat. It's a great movie.
classic.
I mean, seeing De Niro and Pacino on screen for the first time together when they were both arguably in their prime still, some good shit right there. Land Far Away says, in reference to recent Last Orders, you guys got to watch Mortal Kombat Conquest. It's surreal, cancelled after one season, full of dead-end plots and ends on a wild cliffhanger. Spoiler, the bad guys win, Shao Kahn kills everyone. The end.
All right.
I hope that's true.
Sounds fun.
Paul of Dirt says, I am the Lord, I will avenge. Sounds serious. Iowa says, Marvel movies aren't written, directed, or acted. They are quantisized to a click track. There you go.
All right.
Secrets out.
Mm-hmm.
Jay Fraser says, hail gents, thoughts with Charlie Kirk's family. Absolutely. Jacob Wolf, Doom should have been in Fantastic Four like Thanos in Guardians 1. Yes, Doom should have been in all kinds of places. Michael Whitehead says, Backrooms in development with A24. Oh, yeah, we talked about that at the time, actually. Yeah, intriguing. Social Morlock says, the Alien franchise has mastered the art of slop. Give them great aesthetics and design, and the audience will convince themselves that it's good because it looks good. How right you are.
Yep.
A lot of people, they got really taken in by Romulus. It's like this assumption, like, oh, wow, they've spent a lot of time and effort to make it look like Alien, so it must be like Alien, right? They'll put the same effort into the script, right?
It's about as far as it needs to go,
yeah. Jay Smart says, all I can imagine is Mrs. Drinker listening to Drinker blow up because he's sick of singing My Little Soda Pop because he can't get it out of his head.
Look,
man, I've tried all kinds of ways to get it out of my head, okay? It just doesn't work. Thumbs Up says, not necessarily a favorite Mauler quote, but the concept was serial killer shared universe from B-Sup several months back. That'd be cool.
I mean, why not,
Yeah. I always had a thought for a horror movie, right? So imagine a person with they've suffered some kind of traumatic brain injury, or they've been born this way, right, where their body can't release the what is it? Is it cortisone that makes you feel fear?
Maybe.
Whatever the particular chemical is that your brain releases when you need to feel afraid of something, right? Imagine that you're deficient in that. So you cannot feel fear, but then you're placed into like this terrifying, like haunted mansion. And yeah, you're kind of negotiating through it, but like you should be terrified by all the like spooky supernatural goings on, but it just doesn't affect you. I always think that'd be a great like basis for like a kind of horror comedy.
I was about to say this. We're definitely not in horror anymore.
No. It's kind of like the poltergeist or whatever like demonic entity is there, just getting increasingly pissed off because it can't scare you.
Do you see a trailer for Good Boy yet?
Good Boy?
Yeah.
No.
I saw one for that recently. It's the thing about the film where the dog is the protagonist and his owner's getting haunted or whatever.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that on Open Bar.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing that one just for the premise.
Yeah. No,
which is rare these days, isn't it?
It's very rare, yeah. What's the next one? Second Legion says, there's an animated Backrooms series on YouTube made by Kane Pixels. He's making a live-action Backrooms movie with A24 as part of it. I recommend it. It's actually quite good as a horror series. That's cool. So on YouTube, by Kane Pixels, and he's done animated Backrooms. I might take a look, actually. Thumbs Up says, favorite Mauler quote regarding the MCU end credits scene. Oh no, it's flim flam. I haven't been able to watch Marvel movies the same way since.
I don't know if that's something I actually said, but sure.
I think my
flim
favorite
flam is definitely a thing that I would say.
Well, I think my favorite Maulerism has been flumpy. Like, there's a flumpy demon on the way.
Floopy. Everyone knows what you mean when you say it. That's what's so good
it's
about
the perfect way to describe the kind of floppy way that it moves through the air in Shang-Chi. It's a floppy demon. Yeah. Snex says, Muller, use the force, use the force, use the force. Use the Fing force. I imagine Luke hearing that during the Death Star trench run. What's a Fing force? Is that
Fing
an
force?
EFAP thing? Yeah.
It might be. I've lost track of them, to be honest with you.
Jay Fraser, reminder, Peel is working with Kojima on OD, Overdose. I can't wait to not play a game made by someone who really hates me for no logical reason. Is he working with Kojima?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. Jordan Peele's fallen off, man. Keaton Kitsune. For me, the Alien franchise ended with Alien Isolation, the true third film. If anyone here has yet to play that game, you're missing out on probably the single best use of the Alien IP since the second film.
That's what I hear. I mean, I didn't play beyond, I want to say 4 hours-ish. So
how was that? That 4 hours?
I remember being really impressed with how well it like respects the franchise it's coming from. I can't remember why I stopped though. It's hard to remember.
Yeah. Captain Forever says, my favorite Mueller quote in response to Jeremy disliking God of War 2018. Oh yeah, I remember this one. Say whatever the fuck you want. I'm just tired.
That game didn't get to have like a discussion on it. It became like a political cudgel, and that was it.
Yeah, it was a shame. It really was.
I think it's one of the best games that's ever been made regarding fatherhood. And it's such a shame that so many people won't even have any idea that that's in there.
Grim Undoing says, I thought it was distracting the female scientist. Okay, so that's talking about Alien Earth, I think.
I don't remember what scene they're talking about, though.
It's all retarded. I mean, it doesn't matter at this point. The Imperial Brick says, hate how all the creatures are just CGI. It sucks. Yes, it does. I fucking hate the eyeball thing. I hate all the stupid creatures they put in this, actually.
I'm not a fan of any of the designs. I'm just the eyeball I like because I'm hoping he'll kill everybody.
That'd be nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Schizo Garcia says, Charlie hasn't just become a martyr, he's become immortalized. He was the voice of a generation that didn't have one. Well, I think, yeah, people will not forget him, that's for sure. Second Legion says, what does the lobster mean, Rags? Mauler.
Am I supposed to know the answer to that question is? What does the lobster mean?
I don't think it's like a question. It's more like, did you ever say that to Rags? Like, what does the lobster mean?
What does the Isle of Man flag mean? I don't know if I ever say, what does the lobster mean?
Flummoxed Buffoon says, I used to think Alien Earth was a tragedy, but it's really a comedy. The Jonkler. Okay.
Good old Jonkler.
Alonso Mosley says, I am sure Muller said this, the Wales flag is the best because it has a fucking dragon on it.
Well, yeah. Everyone agrees, and if they don't, they're wrong.
It's tough to argue with that, really. It's pretty fucking cool. Must be a bitch to draw. Like, you know, when you're a kid and like,
yeah.
I'll draw your national flag, and we just have to draw like a fucking cross and put
when you
blue
get
in it.
Class full of kids to draw that, you get some retarded looking dragons, but you know what? It's worth it.
Jay Fraser, Muller's Last of Us Revenge, forcing Drinker to watch Shelby Oaks with the director's commentary. Also, good or bad, I want an EFAP movies on Shelby Oaks.
Yeah, we'll probably do that. I feel like we are the quintessential Stuckman coverers on the internet, so couldn't miss a short film.
You know the Stuckman lore back to front.
Hell yeah.
That's the thing. Like, I feel probably watching the movie won't be bad, but watching it with Chris Stuckman's droning voice going over every scene would be fucking torture.
I'd still be up for checking it out. Just to, I mean, you know, I'm happy for him. I just, I really hope this would be the one time he can get some expression out. You know, because it ain't in his videos.
Yeah. It's like you've got a personality there somewhere. Show us. But yeah, could you imagine what his commentary would be? Like how dry it would be. It's like, yeah, so I know some people are going to have opinions about this scene, but I thought it turned out pretty good.
It's a bit spicy of him to say, you know?
Yeah, well, there, Chris, fucking calm down with those hot takes. Just a tip says, Millie Bobby Brown looks 55 in that photo. Thank you, gentlemen, for everything you do for society. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. 55 is a stretch. 45, yeah. That's more like it. Keaton Kitsune. Alien Earth walked into basically Soma and asked a couple of the philosophical questions brought up in Soma, then essentially brushed them aside and said, "Oh, look, aliens, retro sci-fi tech," and then just hoped that you'd forget about the whole thing. That's it, basically, yeah. The Imperial Brick, Boy Genius was behind 9/11 2.0.
My God.
It's 9/11 times 1,000. Archangel, it's been a bit since we've watched Alien, but isn't it like 2 or 3 scenes between Chestburster and Full Grown? I mean, yes, but then you don't know how much time has passed.
Yeah, I was going to say, the problem with Romulus and Alien Earth is that you get a lot of it in real time as opposed to just cuts.
Romulus is fucking insane with how quick
insane.
it is.
Yeah, Romulus has like an actual timer in that film, so you get to know exactly how quickly, and it grows to adulthood from Facehugger in, from what I remember, like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
From Facehugger, not even from birth.
Yeah. Gaia Raya says, what bothers me most is that they called it Alien Earth. That should be what Alien 3 was, a natural escalation from aliens. Here's the scale of it taking over a colony. Here it is taking over a planet. Yeah, that's pretty much what we discussed. Like, if you were going to do another Alien movie, what would you do? And the guys was like, well, what about a full-scale alien invasion of Earth? Like, just make it an epic war movie, essentially, but with aliens. Just like the natural escalation, I guess. Ed Song says, I have a bad feeling they're attempting to rush Alien Icarus from the comics. It follows Steel Team, aka Black Ops synth with free will. The synth team goes on a mission and gets betrayed by the humans again.
You fool to imagine they would ever consider anything from the comics.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck. It's literally, they're just going to look for a director who's like, Alien, yeah, I'd love to tell my own story. That's what it is every time.
Yeah. James Moore says, Mauler, obviously we need Jerry to be canon to the Alien franchise.
Fuck yeah, that's cigar smoking. Remember, I had a look on the Wikipedia. It's like they made a synthetic alien that they could talk to, and he smoked cigars because they wanted him to get inside like a hive, infiltrate it. That
Why
idea,
smoke cigars?
I give personality, but I don't care. I like that idea a lot. It just sounds like a fun thing. Like he's pretty chill, but you know, this that's the kind of direction that I would way prefer taking, this goofy sort of use of the current mechanics, as opposed to what they're doing, which is just rehash, and do nothing.
Yeah. Garak says, great ideas, but they'd show that in the first 10 minutes, and then the story would pick up in a commune full of transmissions and gay survivors.
Gay survivors.
I think you could assume transmissions is not like the gear stick on a car. You know what I mean? Canon Folderall says, every time a YouTuber slags off Avatar, Cameron pulls out a fresh $100 bill, wipes his ass, and smilingly whispers, no cultural impact. True story. Cheers. Yep.
Yeah, but he was already a bazillionaire. Like,
Yeah. I think he's genuinely convinced, though, that he's making like the highest of high art with this. Like, this is going to be the movie franchise of a generation.
Good for him.
Sure is,
I wish he'd continued to make original shit that wasn't Avatar, but whatever.
Yeah. The Book of Grudges says, my favorite Mauler quote is always the next one. Isn't it just? Odinson says, my movie idea, Alien Bug Hunt. Weyland Yutani win wars by infesting enemies with the aliens. The story follows a team of experts that go into the aftermath and exterminate the infestations. Yeah, okay.
Good. That could work really well, yeah. Yeah, we could actually finally move it to a point where they have control over it and use it as a bioweapon, Weyland Yutani. That's something that could actually tell a good story with.
Well, I remember back in the day, I used to read some of the novelizations of, the Aliens books. Sorry, they weren't novelizations of the movies, but it was like an extended universe kind of thing. And one of them was like a rogue general who has like genetically engineered xenomorphs that will obey commands, and they can even like hold pulse rifles and stuff. And in this sort of continuation of the universe, like Earth has already been infested with aliens, and so they're trying to figure out ways that they can retake the planet. And obviously just sending waves of Marines isn't going to work. So his plan is to send xenomorphs to fight xenomorphs. And it doesn't work out well for him. All kinds of wacky shenanigans ensue, as you can imagine. But it's a good idea. I quite liked it. The Man in Black says, regarding a xenomorph invasion of Earth, the Tomorrow War gave us a taste of what that could look like. Shame the idea was spent on that movie. Oh yeah, did you ever watch
funny.
that? Chris
Yeah,
Pratt.
that's dumb as shit, that film. The time travel-y nonsense. But yeah, you can have some fun with it.
Did they go into the past or the future? I can never remember. Future,
Well,
isn't
it depends on your POV. So that they were invaded in the future, and then they had to time travel to the past to recruit soldiers to fight in the future.
Right.
Absolute fucking nonsense.
Yeah. Jay Fraser says, favorite anthology TV series, for example, The Twilight Zone. Did you ever watch The Outer Limits, Mauler?
No.
It was a show that was on back in the 90s. Same idea. It was like a modern day Twilight Zone. I really liked that, and I had some great stories in it.
There's a bunch of anthology stuff that I've enjoyed. I'm just trying to think of what my favorite would be. Because I liked a lot of Black Mirror episodes.
We had a British version of the Twilight Zone, but it was more focused on like haunting stuff, like supernatural sort of things, called Chiller. Again, that
I thought you were about to say called Goosebumps.
No, I think it only ran for a couple of seasons, but again, back in the 90s. But there were some really good fucking stories in that one. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with the Flanagan stuff count as anthology?
I mean, there's two of the Haunting ofs. Then it's The Fall of the House of Usher and Midnight Mass. But if you wanted to count that, sure, I would say yeah.
You would entertain that possibility.
I mean, the fact that you get the same cast almost just flipped around every time, and his style always makes it in. The soundtracks are very similar in the Haunting ones as well.
Yeah. Christopher Patchett. Favorite show intro, Person of Interest, for example. Michael Emerson is awesome. Might have had this on the night. I think
we talked about this. Yeah.
The Pelinator says, Miami Vice OG series intro is my favorite, and I'm 26, love old school 80s action shows. I always quite like Thunder in Paradise. I thought that was tremendously cheesy, and it knew it, and it just loved it. Knight Rider also had an amazing intro. That was proper 80s cheese. Loved it. Clem Fandango says, if they're going to go after you for being a moderate, you may as well start embracing the extremist position. I mean, I don't know if I'd advocate for that, but like, yeah, it's just let's stop like going after each other physically and just argue. You know, I'd rather people took on their opponents with words. Sunny Hardar says there's a King Kong sized Xeno Express on Homeworld, or Empress, sorry, Xeno Empress on Homeworld. So is this like the alien Homeworld? Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that maybe that's in the extended universe or something, I suppose. So an alien queen that like rules over all of them. Rick Johnson says, as your Charlie Kirk video was deeply moving. Thanks. Yes, he made some good stuff there for sure. Mad Dog says, Black Rabbit comes out on Netflix next week with Jude Law and Jason Bateman. Crime thriller about one brother in debt to the mob and he needs help. Looks good.
All right.
Yeah. Black Rabbit. And Balding Baby says, cheers, gents. Stay safe from SC USA. Would that be SC? Southern California?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, thanks, man. We appreciate it. We will stay safe, and I hope everyone else out there does as well. We're in troubled times at the moment, but yeah, you guys stay safe out there. But that is the last of the super chats right there. We have finished. We have answered all the questions, Mauler. How'd you feel? No.
Nailed it, I think. Yeah, good stuff. We're up to date.
Yeah. Give us more Mauler quotes next time, but for now, at least, that's all we got for today. So thank you, guys, and go away now.
Bye.